regulatory concerns in the Republic of Korea on the margins of the World Bio Summit in Seoul. Adamu Sambo has the details.
As of 2021, there are at least 20 Korean companies registered and doing business in strategic areas of priority across the Nigerian economy, thereby contributing significantly to the nation's GDP and creating job opportunities. At this meeting are some of the CEOs of such companies.
Nigeria is most important country as well as strategic market to our company, and we expand our business more actively in Nigeria.
The Hyundai Heavy Industry Group has been continuing its business relationship in Nigeria, especially in oil and gas sector since early 2000, and such relationship had reinforced by carrying out nearly $10 billion worth of business in areas of shipbuilding, offshore, and plant construction.
There is a lot for us to handshake with our two nations. Nigeria is ready for business and Nigeria is ready for Korean investment.
For President Muhammadu Buhari, this engagement provides an opportunity to not only show appreciation for their trust and confidence in Nigeria's economy, but solicit for more of such investments in other critical economic sectors that can be mutually beneficial to both Nigeria and the Republic of Korea.
Nigeria remains committed to creating a stable and enabling business environment for foreign investors. I implore you, therefore, to take advantage of the many investment opportunities in Nigeria, especially in the areas of oil and gas, trade manufacturing, ICT, creative industries, and culture exchange.
He said with a nominal GDP of $431.9 billion, the Africa's largest economy, which also offers low corporate tax regime, value-added tax rates, flexible labor market conditions, and simple procedures for establishing businesses, is indeed a very attractive investment destination.
I look forward to increased investments by Korean private companies in Nigeria as we continue to make determined efforts to improve the enabling environment for business to flourish.
With the changed fiscal environment, today, we are one of the most competitive business environment in the world in terms of the energy sector, and these opportunities are started coming up. Our most recent engagement has shown that Korean companies are taking interest in what we're doing. And after these meetings, we will continue to engage, and that will bring investment and will already paying up.
President Muhammadu Buhari also held a separate meeting with a group from Samsung Heavy Industries led by its president and chief executive officer J.T. Jung.
With the dwindling oil revenue in Nigeria, there is nothing left now rather than to see how we can reactivate and open new frontier and windows where we have multiple sources of revenue and source of income that we can develop our own country. The issue of blue economy is the key. Our presence here open doors. We discuss intensively with Samsung industry on our requirement.
Part of the discussions, Mr. Jamo said, centered on the revival and development of the shipbuilding industry as well as the fishing subsector of the nation's economy. From Seoul, South Korea, Adamu Sambo, NTA.
Project I visit to some project sites across the territory. Ifani Izumba reports.
The oversight visit was aimed at assessing the level of ongoing projects in the FCT. Senator Smart Adeyemi, while describing the delay in completing the project as a betrayal of the confidence reposed in local companies, said it would cost the country more than it should have expended on the road.
If I'm the minister, I will report this job. I'm not going to allow you to refund the government. If you can't do the job, why do you take the job? Why do you bid for it?
FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliu noted that the administration has paid more than enough to have much more than what is on ground.
Patrick. It's one job I like to defend, but in this, I would like to say you are not doing a bad job, but you are doing too slowly, and with the economic situation, we can't afford that anymore.
One of the engineers on the project, Ezekiel Panan, said no administration had funded the project the way the present administration had done.
20 meters below, we found out that it is pure rock, and that has been done for a long time. Then at this point, sir, that is after the hill, we have a filling of about 36 meters.
The Karachi Apo Road was awarded to an indigenous company in 2011 with a completion period of 20 months. The team also visited the Karachi treatment plant. In Abuja, Ifani Isumba, NT News.
160 participants for the National Defense College Course 31 have been inaugurated. Minister of Defense Bashir Magashi, who presided over the ceremony, stressed federal government's sustained commitment towards addressing insecurity in the country.
Building resilience for risks that may threaten national security, economic prosperity, and social well-being is a critical function of government, and it is remained a major priority of the administration of President Muhammad Buhari.
In 30 years, the college has graduated 2,649 participants. This number comprises 2,370 Nigerians and 276 from other friendly nations. The college also offers other stimulating intellectual and professional training programs that have earned its official recognition from the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States.
The inaugural lecture at the event focused on building a resilient economy in the contemporary security environment, options for Nigeria.
Nothing we cannot do as a nation to be globally competitive. I think we should pay more attention to our endowments, the endowments that we have in our nation, from oil to minerals, and then be able to train our people to use those endowments, to build resilience.
116 officers with 21 from 20 allied countries were inaugurated. A joint operation campaign planning exercise codenamed Skylock 2022 has commenced at the Nigerian Army War College Abuja. What is the implication of the exercise on the current emerging security challenges in the country? Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
Terrorism truncating socio-economic activities in the northeast, banditry in the northwest and north central, while secessionist agitation is crippling investments in the southeast region. These complex and dynamic security challenges requires a comprehensive military approach and planning to effectively counter the growing threats.
Today's event therefore demonstrates the ability of the war colleges to ensure they maintain an enduring tradition that will enshrine joint planning culture at the military operational leadership level. This culture is indeed essential to the development of operational level capacity towards tackling the multifarious contemporary security challenges and for future military operations.
Exercise Skylock, second in the series, is developing the capacity of these military and paramilitary officers in timely campaign planning and enhanced use of land, maritime, and air assets to combat emerging tensions.
The conduct of this second joint operational plan is one of the milestones to promote understanding and collaboration not only between the colleges but also to enhance jointness in our armed forces.
Participants are drawn from the services war colleges and 4 allied countries. From the Nigerian Army War College in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Nigeria will have new Naira notes to replace the current ones in line with global best practices beginning December 15, 2022. The currency is to be launched by President Muhammadu Buhari, who will see the exercise run from December 15th to January 31, 2023. Governor of the Central Bank said banks within the window will receive deposits at no charge during the transition period.
It is therefore no longer tenable to continue with business as usual, especially given the continually evolving circumstances that would impeach the optimal performance of our naira. Furthermore, we believe that the redesign of the currency will help deepen our drive to entrench cashless economy, and it will be complemented by increased meeting of our naira. This will further rein in the currency outside the banking system into the banking system, thereby making monetary policy more efficacious.
The notes affected are 100 naira, 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira. The Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) has said that it has commenced the deduction of taxes at transaction points from online gaming transactions using the Sentinel National Payment Gateway and electronic solution. In a statement signed by its executive chairman Mohammed Nami, the service, while directing full compliance by the online gaming community, explained that the Sentinel National Payment Gateway was a transaction process to meet the tax deducted to the government's treasury. The FIRS also noted that all operators offering online gaming services in Nigeria not later than the 31st of December 2022 are required to connect to the Sentinel National Payment Gateway, deduct tax from online gaming transactions, and remit same directly to the relevant government treasury. Hingino is in Lagos to give us more on Nationwide. Hingino?
The early morning fire which gutted a floor at the National Office of the West African Examinations Council, Yaba, Lagos, has been contained. Ruth Ariosamo reports that joint efforts from relevant agency responders helped in putting out the fire.
While staff of WAEC were settling in for the day's work, the fire started. Although the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained, frantic efforts by a combined team of firefighters successfully put out the fire. Acting Head, Public Affairs Department, WAEC, said only one floor in the building was affected.
The floor that was affected, everybody has been evacuated, no life was lost, and all documents, important documents and records are intact.
As at time of visit to the National Office of the Examination Body, staff were seen standing in clusters as they were not allowed access into the building for safety reasons. In Lagos, Ruth Ariosamo, NTA News.
Motorists and commuters in Lagos are lamenting the scarcity of fuel in the metropolis. Annie Daniels, who went round town to see things for herself, now reports.
This filling station here at Ikeja, motorists have testified that they are known for selling at the government-approved price, and they hardly run out of fuel. Today, however, the story is different. They have told me that some of them have been here for as long as 5 hours, yet not been able to get the products.
We don't even know that something like this is going to come up before our fuel finish.
Observed yesterday, there were kind of little kids here and there, but before you know it, this morning it has become full blown.
I don't know, maybe I'll see the fuel buy. If they will sell, we'll go wait for them.
The queues are a reflection of the situation on ground at filling stations in the city.
This morning when I came, I asked the attendant, how much are you people selling for? They say 170, but I have to pay 500 naira for keg.
President, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, Chinedu Okoronko, collects the air.
We should stop panic buying of this petroleum product. NNPP have assured us of availability and even a reserve of even over 60 days, which to me is enormous.
While still conducting my interviews, I saw motorists driving into this filling station. The station manager, who declined speaking on camera, informed me that consignment has just been received with instruction to commence sales immediately.
I'm the first person to attend to, and I've gotten my fuel.
Motorists here in Ikeja are happy they can now get the products. And not just that, but at the government-approved price. They also hope the same will be said about other stations across Lagos State. in Lagos, Ami Daniels, NTA News.
Benin is our next stop on Nationwide, where Agatha is waiting to give us more reports from that zone after the break. But before then, do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates.
The Nigerian Television Authority NTA, in collaboration with Havel Corporate Concept, presents Beyond the Debate, a series for all the 18 presidential candidates in the 2023 general elections to present their manifestos and visions to the Nigerian public as a social contract. Beyond the Debate will broadcast live on the network service of the NTA and stream on YouTube and other social media platforms beginning from 10th November 2022. The publicly signed manifestos by the candidates will be uploaded on this portal, www.summitofpoliticalparties.org. For further inquiries, please contact Dr. Padanga 08033173488, Howard 08033121022.
When you think about hospitality and affordable luxury away from home, then you talk about Sharon Ultimate Hotels, a secured and serene environment that offers kingly services such as 24-hour room service, impeccable security with CCTV surveillance, parking lots, free Wi-Fi internet service, free complimentary breakfast, restaurant that offers continental and local dishes, well-equipped fitness center with instructors, swimming pool, 350 capacity multipurpose hall, laundry service, pastry corner, viewing mat, and our suites are breathtaking. For reservation, locate us at plot 1710, Tafawa Balewa Way, Area 3, Galikia, Abuja. Sharon Ultimate Hotels, the ultimate place.
Good morning, Nigeria. Year after year, they have been taught, educated, and entertained on when you needed information, knowledge, or an escape.
From generation to generation, the Nigerian broadcasting industry has worked tirelessly to serve you.
And now, this service will finally be recognized. This November, broadcasters all over Nigeria will gather for the maiden edition of the Nigerian Broadcasting Awards, an award ceremony set to reward hard work and unflinching excellence in the broadcast media. We've served and are still serving. It's time to say thank you. This award is organized by the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON. For more details, log on to www.tnawards.ng and follow social media handles at TNP Awards.
Thank you for staying on Nationwide and a warm welcome to Benin. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with the Nigeria Air Force, has transported relief materials worth millions of naira to communities ravaged by flood in Rivers and Bayelsa states. It is to alleviate the hardship occasioned by a flood. Goodluck Inaini has details.
A trailer loaded with mainly non-food items arrived at the Benin airport, accompanied by NEMA officials. The items include 200 cartons of soap, 5,000 pieces of brocade, 200 pieces of mosquito nets, 2,000 pieces each of men and women's wear, and 2,000 pieces of children's wear. Officials of the Nigerian Air Force supervise the relief materials to be airlifted by the Nigerian Air Force aircraft 913 from Benin to Port Harcourt in Bayelsa State.
Why we are listening from here is because of the proximity of some of the trucks that came in. They are on their way to Bayelsa and there's no access road. So the closest airport to them is Benin. So what you are seeing here is collaboration with the Nigerian Air Force. We're working together and they've been giving us maximum cooperation. We are going to be doing it as the items are coming. We'll be lifting it from Benin Airport to Port Harcourt. From Port Harcourt, we'll use a chopper to now take them to Bayelsa.
Mr. Dahiru added that more relief materials are expected to be airlifted in the coming days and urged the victims to be hopeful. In Benin, good luck in NTA News.
Nigeria has the capacity to be food sufficient and secure, but lack of infrastructure, low crop yield, and even complete destruction of crops by man-made and natural disasters such as flooding is hampering this potential. Now, to increase food production, integrated crop pollination practice in fruits and vegetables is finding its way gradually in agricultural practice. Farmers in Edo and neighboring states are taking advantage of the lessons of the new technique using bees to improve fruits and vegetables farming. Here are details. Bees are largely considered hostile animals and feared by humans because of its sting. But in spite of its sting, this insect has huge benefits that impact on food production and the environment. Bees are the most conspicuous pollinators and, according to agricultural experts, make up for 1/3 of food sources worldwide. Conscious of its potentials, smallholder farmers are being tutored by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture on how to use this insect in farming fruits and vegetables.
If you have a farm and you are sure it's safe, you can contact any beekeeper. The beekeeper will give you the hive and do the necessary things on it and put it on your farm. Then the bees will come there, definitely. And then from there, they will be taken off to your plant and be pollinating your crop. And as they do that, it will show your yield.
Without these creatures moving around, experts say the world will be in hunger.
If you are harvesting one basket of vegetables, and by the time you employ the use of bees as a pollination tool, you are likely to have about 2 or 3 baskets.
Here in those states, we have a lot of fruits, pineapple, mango, banana, and all the rest. We all know that there is not only fertilization of crops that lead to increase in crop production. We can also have cross pollination.
The technique is a game changer for farmers.
The first fertilizer that God created is bees. If you talk about fertilizer now, it's too costly. And if you have bees around your thing, it's okay.
Embracing this technique, they say, is a win-win for all. The farmers with increased yield coupled with honey production, and consumers quality and quantity food. That ends our package. Lydia in Abuja has more on Nationwide.
Thank you, Agatha. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Engineer Hassan Musa as a Senior Special Assistant to the President on Environment and Climate Change. A statement issued by Haruna Ibrahim Head, Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Environment, indicates that the approval is contained in a letter dated 20th October 2022, signed by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari. Engineer Hassan Musa recently retired from the Federal Civil Service as a Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Environment. The Federal High Court, sitting in Umuahia, Abia State, has awarded 500 million naira damages to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for the alleged extraordinary rendition case from Kenya to Nigeria by the federal government. Steve Lonai Nwaokolo reports that Justice Evelyn Anyadike described his extradition to Nigeria as unlawful and an infringement on his fundamental human rights. The report.
Judgment on the extra rendition case against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya to Nigeria on the 20th of June 2020 as illegal, noting that the actions amount to the infringement of Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights. She subsequently awarded 500 million naira damages to the applicant, Nnamdi Kanu.
The court has made it clear today that extraordinary rendition shall not be tolerated by the judiciary of this country.
Justice Anyadike also dismissed the application of the defendant for the court not to hear the case in Umuahia. From the Federal High Court, Umuahia, Steve Lonai Nwaokolo, NTA News.
A major component of a stable and progressive society is the presence of justice and social inclusion for the vulnerable. As a way of protecting the interests of this set of people, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, SAN, says recent efforts by government in providing pro bono legal aid are ongoing for the indigent who need it, and these are yielding positive results. Olabode Ayowa reports.
From time to time, people get on the wrong side of the law, making them to need legal advice or representation to bail them out. A marked feature of the poor economic status of such people is their inability to afford such services, hence the need for pro bono legal assistance. This is the headquarters building of the Legal Aid Council in Abuja, being inaugurated by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. A legacy named in honor of Chineze Kiazo, SAN, a founding father of the legal aid practice for the poor.
The success of the council is only measured by the ability of the indigent Nigerians to access justice in an efficient, timely and effective manner.
The Legal Aid Council has done quite a lot. From the report of the Honorable Attorney General, the number of persons, indigent persons, the downtrodden that they represented.
The council has created and operates legal aid centers in about 25 local area councils nationwide.
Before the legal aid, there were no facilities for poor people. The law did not recognize them.
In Abuja, Olabode Ayowa, NTA News.
You're still watching Nationwide. Salamatu is in Kaduna to give us more stories trending from that zone. Salamatu, good to see you.
Thank you, Lydia, and a warm welcome to Kaduna. Kaduna State Government is taking girls' child education as top priority project by providing necessary requisite for easy access to out-of-school girls. The state government has recruited about 2,000 teachers and deployed them to public schools in the state. Umar Ajingi reports.
Girl child education is one of the challenges faced by Kaduna State Government. Various strategies have been adopted by successive administrations, but with little corresponding results. Part of the problems is inadequate competent teachers and other instructional materials.
Whenever you are a teacher, you need training so that when they train you, you impart more knowledge to your pupils.
We have been carefully selected by the Agile to come and train us so that we go back and impart same to the students.
This is the reason Kaduna State adopted Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment to fast-track the process of providing access to education for girls.
A program targeting adolescent girls so that we can provide them some education and some empowerment. We recruited teachers to man some of the schools that have been constructed by this project. We have about 155 of those schools.
This step will enhance literacy among adolescent girls.
So part of the intervention of Agile is system strengthening, which includes strengthening the capacity of the education management information system and also these teachers.
Kaduna State Government said it will continue to provide conducive environment for girl child to contribute their quota in national building. In Kaduna, Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Away from Kaduna, we move to Kano as the National Assembly scales up efforts to maximize productivity in budget implementation. House of Representatives Committee on Agricultural College and Research Institution is in Kano for assessment of implementation of 2022 budget and performance appraisal of the 2021 budget. Our Salisu has the details.
The committee is on mission to assess implementation of the 2022 budget and the performance of 2021 budget and ascertain the challenges and further development prospects across the agricultural colleges and research institutions. The committee led by Munir Babada Agundi of Kumbotsa Federal Constituency in Kano expressed satisfaction with the budget performance by the affected agencies and made observations on areas that require improvements ahead of budget defense slated for the next 2 weeks when management of the institutions will appear before the committee. The committee members were at the permanent site of Federal College of Agricultural Produce Technology in Bonkura local government area of Kano State, where they inspected tomato paste production and entrepreneurship development centers, as well as hostels and admin block under construction.
Expect them in the next few months to come and see the operations of these machines so that our students can come and learn about the value addition. We are appealing to the government to help us with more funds that we can conduct the temperance of the water, that we can have the opportunity to use
the Tomato Paste Production Center and Grains Processing Center, when fully operational, is expected to ensure value addition, reduce post-harvest losses, and provide employment opportunities to many youth in the area. The committee also inspected the reconstruction of a bridge linking Gaida Kwali to Madobi and 2 new transformers installed at Kumbosa constituency, both of which are domiciled in the constituency of the chairman Munir Babada Agundi. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
And that completes our package from Kaduna. We will now join Larry in Aido at our Ibadan Network Center with more reports from that axis.
Introducing the Nigerian Marketing Awards. Celebrating marketing excellence in Nigeria on Friday, 11 November 2022 at the Eko Convention Center. Visit our website at www.mma-ng.com for more information. Entry closes September 30, 2022.
The Nigerian electoral system is seemingly simple, yet may be complicated for some.
It's for them to come and tell us what they have.
Running an election is equivalent to what? A job application. I want them to identify the issues that may plaguing the common Nigerians.
PDP should focus on PDP and APC should focus on APC.
Let's show you what an election is all about, as Nigerians pick the next president, governors and legislators. We interrogate their plans, question the rationale and review the prospects. Join us, the ballot.
Are still watching nationwide on the network service of the NTA, and welcome to Ibadan. The Nigerian Army says it will continue to enhance professional competence of troops through regular training and healthy competition in its bid to secure the nation. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya observed these at the opening of Inter-Division Combat Company Obstacle Crossing Competition in Ibadan. Correspondent Oyeyinka Omole reports.
Troops from 7 Army Divisional Headquarters, including Army Guard, professionalism of the troops to accomplish assigned missions in Ibadan. Oyeyinka Omole, NTA.
And away from security reports, the Animal Disease Control Act, accented to by the federal government, has been lauded as proactive move to change the narrative of disease control in Nigeria. This was highlighted at the Nigerian Veterinary Medical Personnel Summit held in Ibadan, with the theme Reposition Veterinary Profession for National and Global Impact. Kemi Oshi. reports.
In view of the deficit in food security, public health challenges arising from livestock, the national president, Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, and others say the association is set to make the most of the support of government to meet 21st century expectations for veterinarians.
We begin to think of how to rejig the animal health sector to do the needful and have good impact.
Articulated scientists have been invited to map out the roadmap so that we can move the profession forward and improve on the livestock subsector in the country.
Members of the professional body have been further challenged to start leading in the prevention and treatment of zoonosis and capacity building to enable their members practice anywhere in the world.
In every difficult situation, there's an opportunity for the discerning. So they need to ask us questions, tap from our experience, and the opportunities will open up.
We are waiting for the outcome of this meeting. So it will help us to make better, maybe more policies.
Some Nigerians were recognized during the event for their outstanding support for the association and the profession in general. In Ibadan, Kemiyoshi, NTA News.
And those are the latest reports from Ibadan at this hour. Let's now rejoin Lydia in Abuja studio for continuation of Nationwide.
Thanks, Larry. Setting strategic plan has been described as key in achieving organizational mandate in every society. This was the position of stakeholders at the proposed hyperdeck medium-term strategic plan for the year 2022 to 2027 in Birnin Kebbi. Correspondent Ibrahim Dan Hamidu reports.
The Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission HYPERDEC organized stakeholders engagement targeting 2022 to 2027 with the aim of setting a roadmap to achieve the goals for which the commission was established in Kebbi State.
HYPERDEC will continue to involve stakeholders in the various activities of the HYPERDEC states. We will continue to consult with the local government chairmen and district heads to ensure that no community is left out in the implementation of our programs.
Addressing the forum, Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu applauded President Muhammadu Buhari for coming up with the commission, which has so far impacted positively in various human engagements, notably farming, among many others.
And the strong that we identify as part of national relationship.
Different contributors at the forum commented on the journey so far. Birnin Kebbi, Ibrahim Hamidu, NTA News.
Musa completes the story.
25 local government areas in the state were affected by the ravaging flood, with 382 communities mostly hit by the natural disaster.
An aggressive dry season farming, even the two organizations that brought it.
In Mina, Hussein Musa, NTA News.
The state, the presiding judge, Justice Imam, the court held that with the unlawful exclusion of the aggrieved members, the process amounted to nullity. In the suit, Judge Olu and 4 others who claimed to have purchased nomination forms had approached the court requesting that the primaries of the APC in the state be nullified following their alleged exclusion in the process. The suit was a pre-election matter. The All Progressives Congress Rivers State Chapter says the pre-election matter leading to the nullification of the congresses of the party in the state is an internal affair of the party. Rivers APC spokesman Darlington Nwauju stated this in a reaction to the Federal High Court verdict nullifying the primary party. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu stated this at a meeting with leaders of political parties on how to ensure decent campaigns ahead of the 2023 general elections. Mayor Okiti reports.
The steps are exciting, but sometimes the politician's speech is not a reflection of the beautiful dance steps and needs to be guided. Here are some of the initiators of such undecent campaigns. INEC meeting them to ensure campaign grounds are not used to launch attacks.
The Commission will continue to track the campaigns and will not hesitate to initiate the process of prosecution of violators as provided by law.
Sooner than later, our effort in ensuring decency and issue-based campaigns will manifest in the conduct of our members, the political parties, and candidates, as well as their spokesperson.
Voters register a critical component in the process. 12.2 million registrations recorded in the just suspended continuous voters registration exercise, 9.5 million valid, 2.7 million invalid.
Who are involved in this unethical conduct, and disciplinary action against this staff has commenced during elections.
Adding the 9.5 million voters to the existing 84 million, the preliminary voter register is now 93.5 million that will participate in the 2023 elections. Mayor Ogede, NTA News.
Supporters of the new Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) in Dorowan, Jadme, gave a rousing reception to the presidential candidate Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who visited to donate some items to the community as part of campaign efforts.
The streets of Nyanya to Dorowan Jerme in Karshi development area of Nasarawa State were agog with loyalists and supporters of the new Nigeria People's Party, who defied the scorching heat to receive the party's presidential candidate, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, a former governor of Kano State, visited during the campaign period to also inaugurate a block of classroom and other infrastructure he had donated to the community.
The last 3 years, there was no permanent village. So we provided school, we provided electricity, we provided water, and we continue to support them.
The NNPP presidential candidate was accompanied by party chieftains, including Nasarawa State governorship candidate on the platform of the NNPP, Abdullahi Yakubu Ndoya.
This gentleman has done very good, especially in terms of improving the education of Nasarawa State pupils. We are going to give them priority to us.
The pupils of the school, who hitherto had no conducive learning environment, now have the fitting friendly place and are excited. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Addicted, Abdulmalik Hassan tells us all about it.
Substance abuse is believed to be a social problem affecting the minds of young people. Some even attribute its intake to social vices and other criminal acts. Lots of strategy have been adopted in several years to address the issue, but the result is still far-fetched.
It's a vital role to recognize youth as partners in developing and implementing substance use prevention strategies and incorporate their concerns in all aspects of planning, implementation, and evaluation. Our action plan includes strengthening substance use prevention in our countries by involving those at various levels, carrying out awareness programs.
Much convincing is this all focused. You could tell the issue on ground deserves the attention.
Also, to build a united, trained, skilled, knowledgeable, and effective multidisciplinary national network of substance use prevention, treatment, recovery professionals, and researchers to undertake and promote high-quality, evidence-based interventions and policies.
To take a stronger network to be able to address the broad menace that we are carrying in our society. There's no better time than now for a coordinated approach to reduce the demand for substances and its associated consequences in Nigeria.
Now that was a black or white presentation, but how far is International Society of Substance Use Professionals willing to go to eliminate drug use disorder in Nigeria? Abdulmalik Hassan, NTA News.
On the potentially deadly Lassa fever, which is a health burden in some African countries, including Nigeria. The scientists from Nigeria, Republic of Benin, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, brought together by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation, have been sharing experiences on prevention, management, as well as possibilities of having a Lassa fever vaccine in the near future.
We have the highest number of Lassa fever cases worldwide. So if they need answers from anywhere in the world, then that answer really needs to come from us.
The research tries to look at the mode of transmission, the chain of transmission. If we can better understand this, that way we can be able to, implement infection prevention and control measures.
We have to go on pushing the fight against Lassa fever and try to get the vaccine. This is the only preventive mean to do with Lassa fever.
Nigeria has been for 50 years, but I hope by 2030 we have a licensed vaccine for Nigerians.
There is an animal-borne viral illness spread by rodents such as rats. As of 16th October 2022, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control indicates that 26 states have recorded at least one confirmed case across 105 local government areas of Nigeria, and 173 deaths have been reported. As part of measures to transform the Nigerian creative industry and make it a major fund-generating sector of the economy, is a focal point of a one-day stakeholders forum put together by National Gallery of Art. Ikechukwu Dukwe reports.
Nigerian creative industry is capable of generating funds that can drive the nation's annual budget with proper funding and right policies are put in place. The reason stakeholders in the creative industry gathered in the nation's capital.
From number 1 to number 20 of our Nollywood actors and actresses, you find them ranking between 2 million, 1.5, $1.2 million.
Leveraging on the rich and diverse cultural heritage of the people of Nigeria, stakeholders resolved that building national galleries and museums will surely attract an annual $4.5 billion to the economy.
It does depend on government. We bring in money and we spend it. Once you are made a DG of a place or chairman of a place, the onus rests on you and see how you can look inwards, inside, and create your own wealth, because this nation can never afford to give you the money you are thinking about.
Our art is rich. When I saw the troupe from Benin dancing just now, I wanted to go and join them to dance.
We have to lend our voices to the discourse in Nigeria. There's absolutely nothing that you can do without the visual art sector. We want, people to understand the relevance of the visual art sector.
We hope to provide a better understanding of the importance of the visual arts sector as one of the key drivers of our economy, and the dire need for effective partnership for the sustainable growth of the subsector.
The National Gallery of Art is the custodian of Nigeria's rich artistic heritage, with potentials largely untapped and stories untold to millions of global tourists. Ikechukwu Ndokwe, NTA News.
Ahead of the kickoff of the 21st National Sports Festival Delta 2022, the symbolic touch of unity movement continues with a stopover at the City Gate Abuja Wednesday on Route Mina, Niger State. Minister of State FCT Ramatu Tijani Aliyu and other officials were at hand to receive the touch of unity at the Federal Capital Development Authority.
It is my earnest desire that the MTP contingent to the 21st edition of this festival shall come out tops as usual on the medal table and produce world-class athletes.
In football, Flamingos of Nigeria failed to book a final ticket at the ongoing FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India after losing 5-6 via penalties to Colombia following a goalless draw in one of the semi-finals Wednesday.
All they need is just little encouragement, and that's what Rata Sports Development Foundation has done over time. Right from when they were at the qualifiers, the foundation gave them the sum of 1.7 million. This little token will go a long way to show them that their country value them and to continue to aspire to be better.
The coach Bankole Olowokere team will now settle for a third-place match. Meanwhile, Real Madrid suffered their first defeat of the season after a 3-2 loss to RB Leipzig in Germany in match day 5 of UEFA Champions League Tuesday night. The reigning champions, however, remain in contention as Group F toppers with 10 points.
Simica looks for Timo Werner. Really well worked goal.
Elsewhere, Paris Saint-Germain beat Maccabi Haifa 7-2, Chelsea beat RB Salzburg 2-1 away, while Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City played goalless in Germany. Action continues tonight as Barcelona welcome Bayern Munich to Camp Nou, Sporting Lisbon visit Tottenham at White Hart Lane, while Napoli host Rangers in Italy. That's Sports Update. I am Kenan Ima Aborike, NTA News.
And that concludes Nationwide. Before we go, don't forget to join NTA in its campaign against rape and rapists. I am Lydia Odijochi. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
This week on Executive Discourse.
The impression that I got before I became DGNT was that President Obasanjo was not reachable, right? You couldn't really reach him, you couldn't even talk to him, and he was never, he doesn't listen, he just shouts at you and all of that. So they created that fear in everybody. But on getting to NTA, I discovered that it was direct opposite. Yes, it's direct opposite. Each time the president wanted to do something, and I gave reasons for why it would not work for NTA, he conceded. And that shocks me. That you mean this person can concede? The person who was said not to be yes, you mean he can concede?
I'm actually a passionate thinker. I don't rest until everything is done. When I enter the university, anytime I'm broke, I'll make cupcakes and go and sell to the other students.
Decorating cake it's an artistic thing, and art is, dynamic.
Join us on Baker's Road every Thursday on the network service of the NTA. Baker's Road, celebrating creativity. Don't miss it.
Service of the NTA.
Hello again to all our friends across Nigeria. Welcome to Walk It Out. It is Nigeria's longest running TV educational program right here.